And it's that time again. Welcome to Flameflash.net podcast, episode 90. Jazz hands. Yay! Welcome. If you're unfamiliar, if you're just joining for some reason, I'm Flameflash, and welcome to the show. Podcast at Flameflash.net. Otherwise, we're out on Twitter or on Raptor. Speaking of Raptor, raptr.com/Flameflash. Come, share your gaming. Let's compare notes. Pixel Junk Racers, second lap. So, the 4-year-old decided, hey, let's fire up a random game on the PS3. What does he fire up? Pixel Junk Racers. Now, if you're not familiar with this one, it's a fairly old to middling PSN game, but you are a slot car. You know, those old-fashioned slot car racer toys where you'd have basically a thumb stick to control how fast you go. Your car was stuck in just one rut and could go. I'm showing my age, aren't I? Yeah. Anyway, it's like that. It's an overhead view. Think RC Pro-Am from the NES. Oh, age again. Oh well. But think RC Pro-Am, video game-wise. And it's not too bad. He decided, hey, Daddy, you help me. You unlock some of these extra modes. Get me to that next tier. Alright, fine. So, about 15 minutes of that. So that's why it shows up on the Raptor Report today. He went and got a trophy for me afterwards. I don't think it's synced up to Raptor quite yet, but the little turkey ended up getting me a trophy. I haven't seen what it is yet. I just heard the ding while we were in the kitchen, Red Flare and I. Let's see here. Skipping past one that I didn't actually play this week, but we'll blame that on the sun. Retro City Rampage. This is a cross-buy game, free on PlayStation Plus, so there is absolutely no reason not to own it, assuming you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber. It's not too bad. I was a little turned off from it at first, just the idea of a top-down old-school Grand Theft Auto. No, not Grand Theft Auto 3 and beyond. Grand Theft Auto, the first one. Top-down. 16-bit or 32-bit. It was low-bit, I know that much. It's not bad. The references, all of the retro references are almost obscene in how frequently they show up. But other than that, it's an entertaining game. Definitely worth free. I'm not sure if I would have ever spent real money on it, but it's fun while waiting for laundry in the middle of the night and then falling asleep while playing with it. So either it wasn't very riveting or I was just that exhausted. You Don't Know Jack shows up next. Red Flare and I enjoyed this one. About 3 games, I think, on the night of our anniversary. Oh yeah, we are a party couple, let me tell you. Just swinging from the chandeliers and playing You Don't Know Jack. Yep. We don't have a chandelier. It was just playing You Don't Know Jack. She's ignoring me. Alright. Pixel Junk Monsters shows up on the Raptor Report. I have mixed feelings about this one. It's hard, but part of the reason it's hard is because the controls stink. Now, that's forgivable in a game like, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, because you only have the direction pad, start, select A and B. At this point in gaming, unless you're going for a retro look, style, and feel, like in Mega Man 9 and 10, you should not control like a semi truck through molasses. That would be my description of the main character that you play. This is a tower defense game, and while entertaining, how you control, how you got currency, was more of a frustration than a bonus. I would much rather go back to, for instance, Mushroom Wars or Plants vs. Zombies. Betting I probably picked this up as a really, really cheap deal. However, so playing 2 hours of it on Raptor Report, it has probably at this point paid for itself. Sims 3 shows up in the Raptor Report, and I didn't just install custom content. We are sitting on another little bit of sim points. Got a free card from Best Buy. The reason I got the free card is because I turned in the $20 worth of rewards points that I had, and they mailed me a $20 EA game card. That works. Free sim points, which is why I went that route. Right now, there isn't much cause to buy something on the PlayStation Network because the hard drive is almost full. And I barely even look at the Xbox. The Wii U is out, so investing further in the Wii is kind of a mistake at this point. But the Sims, those Sims can last generations. Kind of. Last but not least, World of Warcraft. Have not had a chance to play it much this week, except on the weekends. I can't recall if it was... No, I don't believe it was this last weekend that we did a scenario as a family. Was it? Oh, it was? Maybe not. Maybe yes. Red Flare doesn't remember. Well, if I mentioned it on last week's show, I apologize. But the three of us went in. Red Flare on her druid, Sun on his warrior, myself on my shaman. All three in the same guild. So we got the guild achievement for it. We got the guild rep or experience for it, that kind of thing. I had a blast. Absolutely no pressure going through this way, which is fantastic. If somebody were to have died, nobody did, but if somebody did, oh well, pick yourself back up and go at it again. Quite unlike a 5-man. About as unlike as... Unlike? About as dissimilar as you can get. We were able to sit back, relax, and enjoy the light story, exceptionally light story. We ended up with the arena scenario. So, not much story in that one. But still enjoyable. And thus goes the Raptor Report of episode 90. WoW news. For the most part, more details have come out regarding 5.2, but nothing new has come out regarding 5.2. We did sign, or Blizzard, more accurately, did sign, excuse me, did sign a director for the Warcraft movie. Duncan Jones. Wait, who? I'm sorry, I don't follow movies in that way, so that name is about as meaningful to me as John Smith. Not to disrespect Mr. Jones's work, but that's one of the last reasons I choose to go see a movie is because of the director's name. So, Wii U. Oh, excuse me. And here I thought doing it earlier, I wouldn't be yawning so much in the camera. The Wii U has had some further clarifications for me. And frankly, I'm unimpressed. One of those clarifications was that you lose your ability to there is no ability to transfer back. So once you transfer your virtual console games to the Wii U, they're gone to you. They're only on the Wii U. You can't get at them again on the Wii. There's something wrong about that. But I think it's probably due to Nintendo's absolutely lousy potential customer store, both online and offline. But one of my big issues was, would it be able to selectively transfer? I don't want to pay that upgrade fee. I don't care about the Miiverse or playing the game on the gamepad. If I wanted to do that, I'd pull out my handheld NES cartridge player. But there's not a way. I really feel sorry, therefore, for all of those gamers who early adopted, early transferred, and are now stuck with a Wii that is completely valueless to them, and a Wii U that, if they want full functionality that they were assuming they got, you know what assuming does to you, but assuming that they would get, and now they have to pay an extra fee on top of what they already paid for the license, I'm out. When we get a Wii U, I refuse to say that I'll never get a Wii U. It is a good system. I am highly interested, but it certainly put the fire out. The passion of desire for it. So the transfer is a bust. There goes backwards compatibility for me. We'll leave the Wii where it is, add a Wii U somewhere to that darn shelf, and go from there. But not paying it. If I was to get Virtual Console content, it'll only be the new stuff. The stuff that wasn't available on the original Wii, or that I didn't pick up on the original Wii. Which is a shame. Nintendo should at least make Virtual Console games available not in Wii compatibility mode. At least. That's okay. In other Wii U, or in Nintendo news, Japan is going to see a cartridge digital save transference. So in other words, if you originally bought Mario Kart 7 when it was cartridge only, and now you would like to buy the digital version of Mario Kart 7 and sell your Mario Kart 7 cartridge, you would have to start the game completely over from the beginning. Not true anymore come March in Japan. Couple of pretty big caveats there, aren't there? You'll be able to transfer your save data from one to the other. Kind of have to wonder how lasting of an effect that might have. But we'll see. I really think Nintendo should just give us a firmware update on the 3DS and the Nintendo Wii U, and finally give us an account store like Microsoft and Sony. Somewhere that I could go and say, I want to play Super Mario Bros. 3. I have an awesome internet connection, high speed, so I'm just going to select download now. Finish reading Twitter. Get ready for the next podcast. Oh, look, it's done. It's ready to go. Probably would have even taken a shorter amount of time than that. But there it is. Really hope they do that. Highly interested. So, Sony has PlayStation 4 rumors all over the place at this point. They are going to have a big announcement on February 20th, and I'll probably make some kind of comment or post about it. We'll see. That's about all we know, by the way. So, something that's floating around right now on the internet is an Applebee's server who was fired after negatively reacting to a tip from God, so to speak, showing up on a receipt. So this individual, this pastor, crossed out the automatic gratuity and wrote a big 0. Then signed it and went along their way. Her way, I think, actually. Seriously? You may as well have dined and dashed. Because servers, waiters, and waitresses depend on that money. They depend on it. Well, she's fired because the very Christian pastor decided to demand that everyone in the store be fired due to the server's taking a photograph of the receipt and posting it online. It hit the top page of Reddit. Well, the server did make the horrible, horrible mistake of leaving the signature legible. But that was a mistake I'm betting a real pastor would forgive pretty quickly. Probably have to go and watch their credit scores a bit closer too, but I know my signature is exceptionally difficult to read, so how much awesome penmanship must this doctor have? Or pastor? Just don't get it. Pettiness. They even tried to cheat, by the way, and separate out the checks among all of the 20 patrons that were there, which is why the automatic gratuity kicked in. so sad. Don't think that's what was quite intended when "Thou shalt not steal" went onto a stone slab. Well, in entertainment news, Young Justice has likely been cancelled. It's a real shame. It's been a very good series. They made an absolutely huge mistake, though, between seasons 1 and 2, and I think that's what nailed them. At least there was a lapse in time. So, that's unfortunate. The kids were highly disappointed. But that time jump between seasons 1 and 2, overly disorienting for fans, I think, and very unfortunate. Last but not least, because for some reason I'm still trying to nod off, politics. Senator Lamar Alexander is a moron. Not that you probably don't have a similar opinion regarding a couple of your representatives. Lamar Alexander is not a representative of mine, but he wants video games to be controlled more rigorously because video games affect people. They're more dangerous than guns. Facepalm. Picard facepalm. If you are watching from home instead of listening from home instead of watching, just no. Anybody in Senator Alexander's district, please vote the moron out. Video games affect people. That's his argument of why violent video games are worse than handing a crazy person a gun and just saying, go, play. Yeah, get that movie reference, fellow geeks. I dare you. Just Senator Alexander, horribly wrong. Oh well. It's that same old adage. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Oh. Guess that was the same group. But thus ends episode 90. It's fairly short and sweet in both gaming and other bits, just because we've all been super busy. Alright. Well, I am Flame Flash, nodding off.